Wow. Okay. Um, that was just frustrating. I'm live now, but it just took me the longest to get that set up to go live on here. It's a little frustrating, but I'm gonna still do this. I'm still doing it. Okay. Yeah, really quick. So I wanted to get on here. First and foremost, I just want to say this. I have historically been a coach that I do a lot of in-person stuff, right? I've been training for years, been taking care of so many clients, and I've had some success with that, a lot of success with it. I'm very grateful. But one of my goals was to transition a lot of the stuff that I've learned over the years to this space, to a digital space, which is new for me because I'm hands-on. I like working with people in person, right? I like being able to see who's in front of me. However, I know that there are a lot of people that are out there, a lot of trainers, a lot of coaches, a lot of wellness practitioners, and even people who are looking to get in the industry who aren't necessarily there yet. There are a lot of people that are looking to do that and maybe just don't know how to get into the industry or into what, don't know which route they should take, right? And that's where this comes in. So I've gotten out of my own way and decided that I was gonna get comfortable with delivering what I've learned over the 18 years of me being in the fitness industry, getting comfortable delivering that information in a digital space, which is why I'm here today to teach you all, to share that knowledge, and to connect, right? To connect and to grow in this space. So I just wanted to share that quick little tidbit with you, and hopefully that inspires you to get outside of your comfort zone and to try something that's new. I know for me, literally coaching to this video, to these devices is different because I'm used to having a person. However, I know that on the other side of these devices is an eager individual that's just looking for that edge, that little bit of information that can help change your life, how it's changed my life, you know? And I've gotten this over time, so thank you for sharing, or thank you for being here, thank you for showing up. And I'm gonna do my best to give as much information as I can, to give as many tips as I can, and help as many of you succeed as possible. That is my goal. So with that being said, today I wanted to take time to go over something that I learned it along the way. I just learned the lay of the land, these gym environments, going into these spaces and becoming successful in them, not because, I was just like this great salesman or anything like that, but because I really just studied the game and I studied how the spaces work, how the fitness space works. So today I want to go over 6 key areas within the gym that you can focus on to help you identify prospects, to help you not only identify those prospects, but to engage with them, to get them on your books as a prospect, as a complimentary session, and from there show you how to close them and get them on your books as a paid client. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to break down 6 key areas in the gym that you can focus on to find prospects and to convert those prospects to paid clients. It's simple, but it's not. It may be something that you're not thinking about when it comes to building your business. Because a lot of people, they're just in the gym, they get the certification, they have the skill sets, but it's like, well, now how do I build my business? These 6 key areas, if you focus on them, if you focus on engaging in these areas, you will learn that these areas are helpful and it's beneficial. So really quick. This is live. I don't have my board yet. I made a video yesterday where I talked about my board. I'm gonna get this dry erase board that we're gonna use for a lot of these trainings. But for now, what I do have are these big sticky notes. And I use these sticky notes. If you go to Staples, go to Office Depot or Staples, and get these big sticky notes. It's like $45 or so. It comes with maybe 30 of them, but I use these when I'm strategizing or when I'm like breaking down stuff. I write on these and I literally post them over. If I show the camera over that way, you'll see like 7 of them on the wall. And then there's one back here, which is what I went over yesterday, which was the 6 key areas, and I kind of broke it down into this quadrant. We'll go into those in depth today. But we're gonna use these to do that until we get the wall. So this particular one from yesterday was a breakdown of those 6 areas, and I'm gonna, move this one. I'll keep it here, but I'm gonna put it here. And what we're gonna do today, we're gonna go over 6 key areas to focus on. So we're gonna reiterate that, but we're just gonna go more in depth about those 6 key areas. So, those 6 key areas, that remind me, I broke it a little bit, I ripped it. But those 6 key areas to focus on, right? You have 6 key areas to focus on. And this is inside the gym. Those 6 key areas, out of those 6, the first area is the front desk. So this is a very important place because this is obviously the prospect or the gym member. This is their first experience with the brand, with the product. So from the very beginning, they're interacting with the product. So they're being welcomed into the space and they're being sold, believe it or not. They're being sold on what the environment is, and you as the trainer, you as the coach or the wellness practitioner, you're being sold on that throughout that process as well. So you have to know these things in order to fully understand that it's all a part of it, right? I know sometimes we don't like to sell, we don't like to think that of ourselves as selling somebody, but we're always being sold. That's the full stop. We're always being sold on something. So when people come into the gym, when they go to the front desk, that's their first interaction, right? Their first interaction with the brand, their first interaction potentially with you as a trainer. So that's one key area that you need to focus on. I know that you're not necessarily like, well, I'm not gonna be at the front desk. You may be thinking that. However, you should be at the front desk at some point throughout the day. I'm not saying all day, but find little pockets to focus on that first area, which is the front desk. Area number 1. Front desk. Think about it like this. When you're coming into a space, let's say you're going into a store, or maybe your first time going into a gym, since we're talking about gyms. When you first went into that space, that intro was everything. If they spoke to you, if they greeted you, if they said hello, if they made you feel welcomed into the space, that resonated with you in some regard, right? So you have to think about that. Your team, in whatever space that you're in, they're there, they're having a representation, they're just a reflection of the brand, it's a reflection of the product. So if you find yourself at the front desk, if you just so happen to find yourself at the front desk and you're the person that's greeting individuals, you're the person that they see when they come into the facility, they now maybe associate you with that product, right? So one of the things that I do when I'm in a gym space and I'm working with a particular company, I make sure I'm at the front desk or whatever that entry point is, because that's where people are going to come in. So I speak to them, I wave, I shake hands, I introduce myself, I help out, and I encourage trainers to do that. There's nothing wrong with being at the front desk if that's within the bounds of what you're doing. Make sure it's okay with the management company, but just being there, being a representative, saying hey, introducing yourself to people, shaking hands, getting to build that rapport. That's what we're doing. So the front desk is a really good area, and like I said, saying hello, smiling at people, shaking hands, being of service first and foremost. You can do that at the front desk. Area number 2 that you can focus on. After the front desk, it's going to be the membership advisor. And I'll break this down a little bit. So with the membership advisor, this person is also part of the sales team. So the membership advisor, they might, in gyms, they use a plethora of names, but the membership advisor is the person that the prospect interacts with after they've gone to the front desk, they ventured into the gym, and they say, hey, I want to become a part of this thing. They're introduced then to the membership advisor. The membership advisor introduces them to the product further. They're continuing to be sold or introduced to the product or service that's being offered in that building. After they go to that front desk, they go to the membership advisor, and you've seen this, right? You go, you land at the gym, you arrive, now they're taking you on a fam trip, they're taking you on a tour, and they're showing you, oh, here are our locker rooms, here's the training area, here's the juice bar, here's such and such, that's one of our trainers. They're taking folks on this fam trip to familiarize them with the space. So the membership advisor is actually your friend. That's a person that you need to become friends with, that you need to probably bring some brownies and bring some cookies. It's the gym, so you give them a smoothie, okay? All right, you need to be friends with this person. Why? Because they interact with prospects first and foremost. Once they come into the building, the membership advisor or the sales team, that's a person that knows a lot of the clients or prospects that are coming into the gym. So that's an individual that you want to familiarize yourself with and get on their good side. That's your ally. So become friends with the membership advisor or the sales team so that way they can pass along prospects to you as you're building that rapport with them. So you have the front desk, you have the sales team or the membership advisor. Then if you move along, the next thing that you're gonna have is the locker room and amenities. The locker room is a good place to interact with prospects as well, because in the locker room, people are, they're obviously they're changing and stuff like that, but there's some people kind of hang out in the locker room, a lot of conversations that are going on in there you can be a part of. Make sure you go into the right locker room. So get into those locker rooms, have conversation. The amenities area, if the spot has like a jacuzzi or a sauna or a steam room, those are other areas, a juice bar. Those are all like locker room and amenities areas that you can familiarize yourself with, engage with folks at those facilities or those parts of the facility. And then from there, you be friends. You make friends, you exchange contacts, let them know what your services are, that you do personal training or you do massage, whatever that is that you do. You do small group training, you host a class once a week. Those are all opportunities for you to speak to individuals. So you can do that at the front desk, you can do that with the membership advisor, and you can also do that in the locker room and amenities area. The fourth area that I want to focus on with you is the floor pool. And what a floor pool is, that's like, imagine this was a gym space. The floor pool is the open area, the gym area. So it entails all of your squat racks, all of your barbells, just the training area. That is a floor pool. That is the open area. So number four, the fourth area is the floor pool. And like I said, in that area, you can engage. Go around, introduce yourself, say hey, talk to people. That's how this is gonna happen, right? It's funny to me, a lot of trainers sometimes and people in the gym, we can be kind of funny about talking to folks. We can be a little shy, but I encourage you to get out of your shell and talk to people. A quick little, I guess, a challenge for you, or a way to engage in this way, to go around the floor pools. I used to, well, and this has worked for me, and I'm gonna suggest it to you. What I used to do when I was at LA Fitness, I made it a habit to go around and to speak to at least 5 people a day, right? Just 5 new people, say hey, introduce myself. And this was something that I challenged myself to do. And then that number eventually grew. And it was like, I'm gonna say hey to 10 people and then 15 people. And it became a habit of me speaking to dang near everybody that came into the space. I'm gonna walk by them, hey, how you doing? Introduce myself. And that was just a way of exercising the muscle of speaking and engaging. And then from there, I was able to build up a reputation for myself, and then people started to associate me with the gym, associate me as a trainer, and then from there, it made the next conversation that we had, it made that easier, and it made it to where it was, it was pretty simple for me to say, hey, I do this, I do that, why don't you come in and do a session? So floor pools are really cool. Oh, another thing too, with floor pools, I used to do this at LA Fitness as well, where I would have I would set up a table. I would set up a table and then I would do some sort of like quick trivia or have some bites. If we had the protein bites and stuff, I would get little trays and I would break down the protein bars and then get smoothies. I'll buy a couple smoothies from the facility, from the nutrition bar, and then I would give those out to people and ask trivia questions about health and wellness to the members of the gym. And that was a cool way to engage, to build that rapport, and to educate people. You know what I mean? I'd be like, well, how many bones does the body have? How many muscles does the body have? How many systems does the body have? And these are questions that you can go around, you can ask people, and you can do that pretty easily by setting up a table. And I would do those tables at least once a week in the very beginning of me training and operating as a fitness director at LA Fitness. That's a quick little tip. So don't take that lightly, it's very effective. Number 5, fifth area is going to be cardio equipment. Cardio equipment. Now, a lot of people, it's hard, I will admit, it can be hard to engage with folks in cardio equipment, or at cardio equipment, because folks are having like headphones on and they're in their own world. However, quick little hack. If you're wanting to engage with people at a cardio station, folks are up there, they're struggling, they're tired, they might need water, they might have run out of water, right? So one of the ways in which I would do that, if you have water service at your gym, I would literally go around and offer, hey, you need water, or hand them a water if I had an extra bottle of water. There were some of the luxury facilities that I worked at that had complimentary water, so I would go around and hand them water, or hand them a towel, right? Walk in front of the cardio equipment, they're here, they're struggling, they're dying right here. And I would walk by and I would introduce myself, hey, here's some water, keep doing a good job, give them high five, give them some motivation, and then I would walk off. That's a quick little tip and hack that you can use to engage people, to build rapport and to add value at cardio equipment. Write that down. Take that with you. That's free. Don't worry about it. And 6, CRM. Now the 6th one is a little more complicated in that sometimes you might not have access to it because the administrative team and marketing team typically has access to the CRM system. But there's some places that would give you access to like a list. And if they have a list of prospects or a list of clients that have signed up for their subscription, like LA Fitness has it, Equinox has it as well. I'm not familiar with Barry's Bootcamp in terms of like if they have what CRM system that they use, but I know Orange Theory has a robust CRM system that they use. And typically these places will have some sort of ongoing marketing strategies that they have. And within that marketing strategy, as the trainer and the wellness practitioner, you can ask them, say, hey, can I send out some sort of messaging, or can we send out some sort of messaging to our client list to say that we're offering them a complimentary session. And then from there, you get them into that complimentary session via text, via email, or even phone call. and you invite them, right? And there are a couple scripts that I have that you can send over to them, and I'll share those with you at a later training. And I share those actually within the 642 method. So yeah, those are some of the quick 6 areas that you can focus on to drum up some business, to find some prospects, and to get them on your calendar. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did want to get on here and share this with you. These are 6 key areas that you can focus on to drum up business. Once again, those 6 key areas: front desk, membership advisor, sales team, the locker room and amenities area, floor pools, cardio equipment, and the CRM system. Those are 6 key areas. I'll be doing another live training and sharing more content on these areas in particular. Maybe we'll put together some cool stuff and some funny videos to show you how to engage with prospects in these particular areas. But I hope this has been helpful. I'm gonna keep doing these. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, that's it. See you later. Don't be awkward. Come back, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, right? We're in this weird space where I'm sharing now in the digital space. It's new to me, but this industry is not new to me. The digital space may be, but this industry, I have lots of experience, and I'm gonna share it with you. And I just wanna say thank you, and I wanna cheer you on your journey. You got what it takes, you can do this. You've gone this far, shown interest in showing up, you have the skill set. Just believe in yourself and put in the work. I'm not saying that this is gonna be easy at all. That's not what I'm saying. But if you put in the work, if you show up, you keep showing up, just like you ask your clients to do, you show up, you keep showing up, you tweak, you keep showing up, you tweak it, you learn something new, boom, you got it. And that's how it happens, right? Consistency, diligence, persistence, and learning from people like myself who've been there, who've done it, and who want to help you do it, but do it better. All right, love you. Later on. Peace.